been a while. I don't really upload anymore. Haven't really had motivation to lately. But this is just gonna be like a journal type video. It's gonna be pretty long probably, and probably gonna be like it's gonna be unedited. It's gonna be slow. In this journal, it's really just gonna be like about love and stuff, and yeah. I'm sorry if it's laggy or if audio's messed up or anything. I'm sure my drivers need updated. I haven't been on my computer much lately. Um, if the gameplay is horrible, it's also why. Um, so yeah, if I'm that was stupid. If I'm a little camera shy, don't oh village. If I'm a little camera shy, don't be surprised. Haven't haven't recorded in a while. But yeah, I just want to talk. So like one of my main points is like lately I've been getting really into like philosophical and like moral stuff. Uh, I've like grown into myself as a person and who I am. I've changed a lot. Uh, really started to learn who I am and how to express that. And a lot of it's been through writing or just other forms of like art. So this is kind of just like an attempt to find me a new way to express. Because I mean, like I just said, I love writing. I love writing poems, essays, music, like anything you can think of. Yeah, in most of most of my writing has been centered around the topic of love, because that's something I really hold close to myself, like close to me. Um, Something I really value deeply in life. Oh, it's like a half and half village. In something that I've learned a lot about. Um, oh, a little hitch. Something I've learned about a lot, not just recently, but in the, well, I guess, yeah, mostly recently, the past few years. Mostly just through experience, and like my, just like tell a story about my experience with love and with the girl. Holy, it's laggy. So that's mostly what this video is gonna be about. Um. Oh, nice. Dang. I don't know why it's not working. So my like, guess you could say my story of like what helped me find out a lot about myself and who I am today started in 6th grade. Which doesn't feel like that long ago, but it was years ago now. But it was whenever I met a girl. So I just want you to be like little me. I don't know how old I would have been. 6th grade? I was probably like 11, 12. I have no idea. And I'm just like, it's the first day of school. And I'm just sitting there and being me, I guess. I was weird. Really weird. Awkward kid. Didn't have very many friends. Didn't talk to too many people. I might have had like maybe a group, like two, three friends or so. Um, there was Nick, which y'all might know. I had videos with him. I don't know if I deleted them. Kid named Barrett, and I guess Mason and Logan. Which y'all have definitely. Actually, I don't know. I think Brady's the only one who's been in videos, but I was just sitting there in my homeroom, and it's like a science room, but I went to a really small kind of like rural. It's a K through 8 school, so we have these like science tables, and it's rows. It's 3 rows of 3 tables, if I remember correctly, and I'm sitting like in the very middle table. So like, say this was them, I'm sitting right there, and I don't know, I'm just really dreading. It's school. I really don't want to be there. No one wants to be at school. Well, some people, but gotta be a different level of weird to want to go to school. But how did I get? Oh, I thought that was stone. I was so confused. Just sitting there dreading it. Some of my friends, and other classmates are like coming in, so like, I'm excited to see them. But other than that, it's really just like I don't want to be here. I'm really gonna have to like deal with all of this for like 9 months or however long school is. And it's just like, I don't know, I'm tired. I just really don't want to be there. And then I remember this girl walks in. She's new. Just kind of shy. Really pretty brunette girl with glasses, like pretty thick, grim, kind of nerdy glasses. And she was like absolutely gorgeous, like most beautiful girl I had ever seen. And like, I don't know, like the moment I saw her, I just like, that feeling in your chest, tight, like knots up. You don't know what to do with yourself. No, it's me. Like the moment I saw her, in like, I knew like right there. What the heck? Okay, what? That's weird. Guess I added some stuff. Got a little sidetracked, but that was the start of a crush that I had like all year. And I remember I never told anybody. I told one person, and it's Brady, but the only reason I told him was he went to a different school as me. School than me. Holy, this is laggy. So like, I didn't tell anyone at my school. I'm not gonna say the name of that school. It's just my school. I didn't tell anybody because like I really didn't want her to know, because I was just like some weird kid no one knew. I was like scrawny, chubby faced, just ugly kid. And this girl, like as soon as she got here, she was popular. Like everyone knew her, everyone loved her. Like she's great, and everyone thought she was great. And I remember one time she almost found out, because I told one kid who also apparently had a crush on her. His name was Carter. I was in the locker room right after gym, uh, and we were just talking, and me and him were like kind of friends. Not really. He was a grade below, and I told him, I was like, yeah, I really have a crush on this girl. Like, she's really pretty, and she actually told he he snitched on me. He ratted me out for some reason. I still don't know why, but so my first hour was like STEM. Um, I don't really know. All we really did in there was watch movies. We did an egg drop thing, which was fun, but like nothing productive ever came out of that class. And I remember one time we had like a party for something. I don't remember what it was, but we were having pancakes, and I had moved seats by now. About to get to the crafting table. I can show you where I was sitting. Uh, so I'd moved seats at this point, and like Addie was sitting right behind me, which kind of just leaked her name. It was a girl I liked. Her and her friend sat right in front of me, or right behind me. Yeah, I sat right in front of her with one of my friends. So now, if this was the middle and say, right, the inventory thing, the whiteboard's right here, desk for the teachers back here. She's here, and I'm here. Um, and I hear her talking with another kid who's sitting right here. About how what Carter told her, and how told her I liked her, and I was like, oh crap, I'm cooked. So we're talking, and I hear it. I'm freaking terrified, but I somehow end up like convincing her. I never said that Carter was lying, and that Carter told me he liked her, which he did say something of that sort. But I don't really think he liked her because he ended up dating that girl's friend, which I don't know. And this was somewhat late in the year. From what I remember, the girl I liked had she dated like 2 people that year. Actually, might have been 3. I really don't remember. Every guy wanted her, and she could get just about anybody she wanted. But I feel like this should have been a warning sign for me that I didn't pick up. But like I just knew I had no chance at this point. What the heck? Okay. I'm guessing it's from the weird chickens. Is it like by biome? I don't know. But nothing else interesting really happened like all of 6th grade other than I started liking this girl like more and more, like I like fell in love with this girl just about, and I rarely talked to her, like a few times, like all year I would talk to her, like just a few times, because I was just terrified. Like I tried to talk to her, start stuttering, I was petrified. But I feel like I'm really targeting the sheep. Kind of kind of feel bad for him. I'm gonna have a lot of wool though. Hey bud, you look weird. Okay. But yeah, I didn't really talk to her, and I remember last day of school at where I went to school was called Super Kids Day. Whoa, bud. Whoa. Um, I can't kill. Um, a Super Kids Day, and it was like a fun day we got for making it through the year, I guess. And I don't know. We had like inflatables. We'd do tie-dye shirts. It's just like a nice, fun day. And I actually got ISS, which if you don't know what that is, it's in school suspension. Um, for calling some girl ugly, who happened to be one of the girls that the girl I liked was talking to that one day. Whenever she just about found out, this girl like snitched on me. The whole story is like I found this shiny rock. You know those like glass little rock things? They're usually colored. That they come in like a bucket thing. Not a bucket, like a. We had a basket of them. I don't know. They're like decorative rocks. I might be able to find one. Let's see if I can find one. Decorative glass rock. These little things. I had one, and I found like one of them that was like a color I really liked, and I was like, oh, it's so pretty. And I was like, someday I'm gonna give this to some girl and ask her to be my wife or something. I'm just joking around. And this girl's like, oh, you're too ugly to ever find a wife. And I was beefing with her, bro. I was mad. I was like, she hurt my ego. So I had to put her in her place. So I started going off on her. And I don't know, I just called her ugly and stuff. It wasn't even just me. He didn't drop a poppy. He gets his own poppy. But like I don't know. I didn't really do anything too bad, in my opinion. She's just being a bum, snitching on me. Like she wasn't actually bothered by it. I know she wasn't actually bothered by it. She just said that to get me in trouble. 'Cause like I just said, she a bum. Me and this girl like kind of friends is now. She goes to my high school. Even though like she transferred from the other one. I don't know. I'm freaking sped when it comes to explaining stuff. Is there a cave anywhere? Okay. But yeah, and then some other kid, it's 6th grade, you're saying some stupid like roast, and everyone thinks it's like so cool. Like if you can come up with a roast, dude, you're Pat God, bro. Like it was just stupid. Had to be there. But he says something about like, holy, you're so ugly, Bill Gates couldn't pay for your plastic surgery. Just some stupid. And get in trouble for that. He gets in trouble for that. So we both have ISS. And so does Nick, my friend, because he said something. I don't remember what was happening. I was running around. People were trying to get me, playing around. He goes, kill him. And I guess that's like a threat. I mean, yeah, it's a threat, but like not of substance. Free my boy Nick. He didn't do nothing. But bonnets in my face. But so we're all on ISS. Nick is like bawling. This is my second time getting taken to office that year. I was a good kid. Honestly, like I promise you, I was a good kid. Actually, no, this is my first time that year. I had gone year before because my mom ratted me out. My mom was a teacher at the school I went to. My mom ratted me out for something I didn't do. I didn't really do anything. It was really just a misunderstanding. Like, on Diddy, bro. I didn't do nothing, but I got in trouble because I was like being disruptive or something. So like I was mad, but I didn't care too much. I probably cried a little bit, or was like at least like complaining. Complained to my mom because at this point my mom was dean of students. I don't really know what that. Ow. I don't really know what that means. She was the first dean of students at that school. Also happened to be the last dean of students at that school because, dude, what's a dean of students? she's supposed to do punishments, but like she couldn't punish me. So yeah, me, Nick, and this other kid are in there, and so the kid gets checked out. I don't see this kid for like 2 years until I end up like in high school with him because after this he transferred schools. But so me and Nick are just sitting there. We had to do like work, like actual work on the last day of school. Like, oh, oh, no, 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 no. So like we're being, basically tortured, obviously, uh, for some reason, doing English homework. But the principal he gives us some grace. He lets us leave, and we catch up with everyone else about tie dye shirt time in our schedule. So it's like it's okay. We didn't miss too much. Um. So I go join. I do my shirt, and I'm a little late to everything else. But then after that, we go to the bouncy house things, and like all day, like not even all day, like for months, I've been planning to tell this girl that I like her. 'Cause like I'm down bad, dude. I'm in love. I need to tell her, and I know this girl is moving schools. Uh, like everyone knows she's moving schools, and it's kind of sad, Um, like I was freaking devastated, bro. But then for some reason, this girl that where even is the freaking skeleton? You're like traumatizing me with your bone. Oh my gosh. Stay in there, you evil. Oh, they're fighting. Nice. We get back like where there are two different what's it called? Like bouncy house times. There's one in the auditorium where they set up like really big slide and stuff in some bouncy houses, and one in the gym. What is this? Like those were in last time I played, but like I don't know. That's a weird like generation, I guess. No. But we're like headed back from that, and me and her are like the last ones. And out of nowhere, she just says like she like gets my attention, and I stay to like listen to what she's saying. And I'm like confused, like why is this girl talking to me? I was freaking so confused. 'Cause it was really just out of the blue. No reason to talk to me, no motivation, nothing. And she's like, I really want to tell someone this, get it off my chest, but I don't want to get anyone's hope up. And she's like, I might be coming back next year. Like, might not be changing schools. But I don't want to tell someone else, like one of my friends, to get their hopes up and me leave anyways. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, freaking, kind of like, bro, you just ruined my whole plan. 'Cause like, if I ask her now and I'm like, I like you like me back, or I don't know, it's 6th grade, you wanna you wanna be my girlfriend for 2 weeks, and she says no, like, well, I'm cooked, to say the slightest. So I just don't tell her, which I feel like I really regret. I don't know, 'cause part of me is like, if she would have said no, but another part of me is like, could have bagged that, bro. 6-year-old me, or not 6-year-old, 6th grade me, could have had some motion, dude. But I don't tell her, and she doesn't come back the next year. She leaves, she's gone into, so now it's 7th grade. Oh, hell no. Get away from me. I want to kill the... Yeah. I don't tell her. And she's not back next year. And that year was like one of the worst years of my life. I was getting bullied like every day, like relent. I don't know how to say that word. I got bullied a lot, to say the least. And it was like every day. It was by multiple people, and like I thought I had no friends. 6th grade, I had nobody. Nobody stood up for me when I got bullied or anything. Nobody cared. I was like the class is punching back. Someone in my class had a problem. I was who they took it out on. Yeah. And it was bad. Like I was genuinely like depressed in 7th grade, which is freaking stupid. No one should have to be depressed whenever they're like 12. But it was really bad. And then I'm talking to my mom's principal, and I've heard like rumors around that like, oh, that girl's coming back. Like her friends are talking about it, like, oh, she's coming back. Like she said she might. It's not confirmed or anything. And my mom says like, oh yeah, she's coming back. And then like all the rumors kind of stop, and they're like, oh no, she's not coming back. She told me that, like, she's not. It's like what her friends were saying, but I know she's actually coming back because like she's transferred her. I don't know, what is it called? Like what school you go to, like your paperwork. She comes back, and it's like really good for me because like all the attention shifted off of me. I'm not getting bullied anymore. I'm feeling better. Because before I was getting bullied, like there were multiple times where I was pretty close to like attempting, which glad I didn't. Very glad. If you ever feel like you want to, or like it's your only way, there's definitely other ways to get better. You can talk to someone, just find help. But I'm feeling better anymore. I'm not having those thoughts as much. I'm not, it was a daily for me, but at this point it's not. I'm tremendously better, and I'm less of a nobody now than I was 6th grade, but I still have no chance with this girl. She dates like a few other guys or something, cause like that's what pretty girls do. And yeah, I'm like jealous and stuff, but I'm like, there's nothing I can do about it. Ow. And the year goes on. I don't talk to her too much. But then around the end of the year, like, I just, like, she and some of my friends, Logan and Mason, like, been playing Fortnite with her. And I'm like, oh, you should let me join. I don't tell them I like her or anything, but I asked to join. Oh my gosh. I can't speak. Like, I feel like clogged up. Like my throat. But I don't know. She doesn't want to play Fortnite with me. She's like, oh, you're weird. And all that. And I'm like, oh. But I end up like freaking begging her. I get her number. And I play Fortnite with her. Which is like, oh my gosh. And guess what? I don't immediately do some weird, like, I actually become good friends with her, really good friends with her over the summer. We text. I say we text. All the texts were like, "I want to get on Fortnite. I want to play." But we play all the time till like 5 in the morning. We just talk. I tell her I like someone. I never told her it was her. Well, I did, but comes later. Um, but we just talk, and it comes back to school next year, and I'm excited. I want to see her, and I'm not exactly sure when it happened, but like she's a blonde now, and them evil blondes, obviously, but she's a blonde now, and I don't know. It's 8th grade. She's blonde. Got rid of her glasses. She's a lot different, but even in the change, and even in everything different about her, to me, she's still the most beautiful girl in the world. She had beautiful eyes, these blue eyes that just captivated me. She was funny. She was. I thought she was kind. She was just amazing. She's just perfect in every way. I felt as if God had like created her for me to love her, and I did. And at this point, I loved her like more than life itself. I loved her more than myself. I loved her more than my mom, my dad, my grandma, my grandpa, my sister. I loved her more than like me. I loved her more than my God, and I put her before all of that. She was first. She was everything to me. She was all that mattered. If I had her in life, no matter what happened to me, no matter if I was the richest man on the planet or I was homeless, I had succeeded. I was amazing. I would dream of like living my life with her, buying a house, having kids, beautiful kids. Have a daughter who had the beautiful eyes of her mom, who was confident, not cocky, who knew she was beautiful but didn't use it to bring down others. And a son who was respectful, kind, knew how to treat a woman right, knew how to treat everyone right. And who would grow up in a house where they saw their parents in love, not fighting, like she had to grow up with. Because I know she had been hurt, and I know she had a rough childhood, and I just wanted to do anything I could to make up for that. But, school starts. Me and her are friends all year. And I help her get with this one guy she likes, and that likes her and stuff. And I'm genuinely happy for her. Like, if I can't have her, I want someone who deserves her too. And but she would like lie to me. She would tell me, like, oh, this guy's so horrible. Like, he treats me so bad. I try to help her, and this happened for months and months. And me and this guy are friends now. Like, he's great. He's nice. He's nothing she said he was. And I'm like, I start like trying to break them up and stuff, because I'm like insanely jealous. goes on for a while, and eventually, um, I'm texting her best friend, and I just tell her how I feel. I send her things I'd wrote for her. I wrote this girl songs and poems, and I'm talking to her best friend, and I send her those things, and I tell her how I feel about Addie, or I keep name dropping. Tell her how I feel about her, and how I I care so much, and how I love her so much, and she ends up telling her, snitches on me, and it's awkward for a little bit, but things kind of go back to normal, and eventually there's like tension between us. Like, she's still with this guy off and on and stuff, but there's tension, and people are telling me like, oh, she likes you back, go get your girl, like, you got this. And I'm like, really, like, overthinking it and stuff, thinking like, could she really like me, like you said? Possible for a girl like her to like a guy like me. Even she ends up telling me she does at some point, and we talk and stuff, and I send her those poems and stuff I write. We stay up on the phone every day until like 5 in the morning, and I fall more in love with her every single day. And like, things start feeling better. I'm like so happy. And like, I'd literally never been happier. Um, and like, I just like tell her how I feel so much. I still never heard her say she loves me. I was desperate for it. I really wanted her to. 'Cause like, everybody, like, deep down, all they really want from their love is reciprocation. To feel cared for, to feel like they care the way you care. And I knew that wasn't coming, 'cause I knew she would never care the way I cared. I thought no one could ever care the way I care, and she never did care the way I cared. But things go on. She finally tells me she loves me. Or I guess, it's a talking stage. We never officially get together or anything. But, I don't know. It's just like life goes on and stuff. And, I feel good. And then one day, it's like all over. Having like an argument and stuff about that boy. It's also the same boy that told her I liked her back in years ago in 6th grade. So no, I wasn't the only one plotting. But I realized, like, she loves him more than she'll ever love me. It was really hard on me. And she makes up excuses and lies and reasons that I try to believe, try to believe that it's me and try to fix myself, but it was never me, because I never did anything but love on her. For the small time we were talking, I would, stay and I'd write her a paragraph about how important she was, how amazing she was, how beautiful she was, how much she was loved, how much I loved her. And I'd send it to her every single morning. I would stay up late whenever she had a bad day, talking to her, talking it out, and telling her how she was loved and cared for and how I loved her. I would write her so much from when I had a good day about how she made it amazing and how perfect she was and how great she was, to just a normal day whenever she'd send me a snap and her eyes would be a little bit too watery, just to reassure her and make sure everything was okay, but all of that was gone now. And this was the first time in a while that those thoughts came back. And the first time that I really tried to act it out. If it weren't for our best friend there, I would have went through it with it. There was nothing else really stopping me. She convinced me that it wasn't over, that I could have hope, and I don't know. I listened to her. Sometimes I wish I didn't. But she ends up coming back. And not just once. Multiple more times. About 4. It's kind of all blended together. I don't have an exact number. And every time I get worse and worse, and I end up going, I end up nearly attempting 2 more times. And then the final time me and her talk is summer of 8th grade. And it's amazing. I had never, ever been that happy in my entire life. I'm more in love with her than I had ever been. I cared more than I ever cared. And I thought life was perfect. I thought everything was perfect all those nights that I stayed up overthinking or praying on my carpet until my knees were raw, and I'd wake up on the floor with my eyes glazed over. All the paragraphs, songs, and poems I wrote, everything I did for her, all the time I spent making sure she was okay when I wasn't, and she was the reason why I wasn't. Finally, it felt like it was worth it. But, moral of the story, nothing good lasts for long. I find out that I'm really just not the only person she's still in love with the other kid. She talks to other dudes. Really summed up version of it. There was a lot going on, a lot happened, and it really just broke me. I really just fell apart. It made me think of like everything, how it just really wasn't worth it. I remember going to my mom's office during school whenever I couldn't look at her anymore, and just sit there while she held me, and I'd just bawl for like the whole class. I just fell apart. I just really didn't know what to do anymore. I just didn't feel like my life had any sort of purpose. I felt like no one cared. Not my family, not my friends, not God. I felt like no one cared about me anymore. And I fell into such a deep pit of depression. I really just didn't know what to do with my life, and I would let myself kill myself, and it wasn't because I was scared. It was because like there's no reason other than I didn't kill myself because I wanted to be there whenever she had the thoughts of doing it to herself. I didn't leave because I wanted to be there when she came back. And for months, I just like drowned myself in this. And I finally got over her. Not completely. I still have love for her, and I still care, and it still hurts really bad. But I don't want her anymore. I really don't ever want to talk to her anymore, but sometimes, I do. I want to tell her how I feel. I want to tell her what I did for her. I want to ask her why. Why she couldn't love me. Why so many other people were worth it, but I wasn't. Why she let herself get hurt again over and over when she knew I was there and I wouldn't hurt her. But I feel like this has grown me, and like it's changed me a lot. I feel like I've grown more in the past few years, or in the past just 1 year, than I have for the rest of my life. And I'm thankful for that. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. But, sometimes I do. Sometimes I wish I never met her. Sometimes I wish I would have gone through with one of those thoughts. But most of the time, I'm glad I didn't. or I'm glad I met her, and I'm glad I didn't go through with that, because I can use like what hurt me to help other people, and I still get hurt by people all the time. At my new school, at my not really too new anymore, but my high school, I started liking this girl again. Uh, it's my friend's girlfriend's friend, and they tried to put me on with her and stuff. Started liking her again. Didn't work out. It really just blew up in my face. Finally started to feel something for someone again, and it didn't. It really just didn't work out. People hate me. I have my friends. Most people don't care. A lot of people like me, but like people hate me, and I don't know why. And that really hurts. But I really try to be there for everyone else, and I try to be someone's support, but no one ever really does it for me. And I don't know why. But it all pays off in the end. I know it will. I know it will for me. I know it will for you. And it might hurt now, but it won't hurt later. And you'll find someone who cares. You'll find someone who loves you the way that you love other people. And everything will be paid off eventually. Um, this has been a really summed up version of everything. If y'all want, I'll try to go in depth, but it'll be a series, and I just try to keep it short and not too emotional. Because there are a lot of memories I really don't want to dig up, but I'm not opposed to like making more videos about it. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that. If you want to see more things like this on this world, I feel like I made it kind of far for the first like 30 minutes, and now I've just been jumping around in circles, wasting my food. Yeah, just like, comment, if you want to see it, subscribe so you don't miss it if I do end up making something else, and hope you learned something from this. If you watched, I doubt anybody watched this far. Just know you're loved, you're cared for. There's a God who made you exactly how he wanted to, and he loves you more than anyone, anything can love you. And I'll just leave it at that. Have a good one. God bless.